Welcome everyone. I've gone through the agenda to agenda item 5, but I will go through it again because we weren't on, the screen wasn't on. So can you hear me now? Right, okay, thank you. Agenda item 1, apologies for absence.
No apologies, Chair.
Agenda item 2, disclosure of personal and prejudicial interest from members. Agenda item 3, the minutes. Have everybody read them on screen? Thank you. Agenda item 4, Armed Forces Covenant Regional Project. Finola is unable to be here, and she sent what's it called? Update, and you'll receive it later. Agenda item 5, update from MOD. Hugh, are you on screen? Captain Hugh Williams.
He's up there, is he?
Is anyone from the Army here? Is anybody from the Navy here?
Good morning.
I can't, I don't know what's...
Warrant Officer Go.
Who's that?
From North Wales. So
We didn't hear
did you hear me then? I'm sorry. Did you hear me?
Okay. We can hear you now.
Yeah, it's Sophie Met. Okay, great. It's Sophie Metcalf. I'm the Naval Liaison Officer. I'm covering for Warrant Officer Govia.
Okay, if you've got any update, that would be, I'd be most grateful.
Down from North Wales.
Can you give us an update?
Short moment.
We can't hear you. You intermittent with, you can't hear. It's not to hear.
The chat, if you can hear that.
Yeah, if you've got an update, you can put it in the chat. Agenda item 6, Swansea Bay University Health Board. Steve?
Yep. Good afternoon.
Fantastic.
So
So first of all, apologies. Chris Morrell, who's the executive lead for Armed Forces Affairs, doesn't work on Monday. So unfortunately, she can't make Monday meetings. And although I'm the sort of champion, if you like, I was unable to attend our last meeting. So I'm reliant on the minutes that I've been sent, but I wasn't present at the meeting. I know you were, Councillor Lewis, so you could probably give as good an update as I can. But the matters that were discussed, there was what looks like an interesting presentation done on something called the exercise medical stretch, and this is a team building exercise and recruitment drive for 203 multi-role medical regiment MMR, which is hosted, I don't know much about it, but it's hosted in Swansea, Cardiff, and various other places around Wales, including a subunit up in Wrexham. And it's basically an out and about thing, and you go out on a Saturday and you follow maps around and you get to know your colleagues. If the weather permits, you might sleep out on that Saturday night. Hopefully there are tents involved, and then reconvene on Sunday and have a de-assessment, and a few weeks later again meeting up again, and there are awards given, etc., etc. So it's the first time we've heard about this. One of our newer members of the Armed Forces Forum is active in that, and she gave the presentation. And I believe they happen quite regularly. The last one was in the spring. The next one is in mid-September, 13th to 15th. So if somebody is interested, you don't have to be in the NHS apparently. If somebody's interested in participating, let me know and I'll put you in touch with the right people. We then had a Welsh Government update, and I believe the Welsh Government are here, so I won't steal their thunder, but it was mainly in preparation for the big D-Day. This was back in May, this meeting. So we were talking about preparations for the D-Day event and the Armed Forces Day, and also the Swansea Air Show. But that's all historical now. Just a little bit of an update on the Artificial Limb Centre, and some of you may have become aware through social media or other things that there seems to be building work going on at our centre in Morriston. There is indeed. There's a rather large space that they've got, and they're right next door to the emergency department, and the emergency department is pushed for space. So there's some reworking of the space allocation going on. But it is not affecting the service, the artificial limb service, and no appointments have been cancelled or postponed as a consequence of that work. But you may have seen that people are expressing surprise, if you like, at the change in layout there. And we're still working at getting our gold employer recognition. It's a long. I've said it before at these meetings. It's a long process to find out exactly how many people we have in the organisation that are either ex-forces themselves or are loved ones of forces personnel or are on reserve, etc. But we're getting there, and we hope that later this year, early next, at the latest, we'll be able to re-establish our gold award recognition. And I think that's all that Vanessa Williams, who often updates this meeting, and our Armed Forces veteran. She's the psychiatric lead for our veteran services. She was unable to attend that last meeting as well, and she's not able to attend this one. So we will give you a much better update next time around. So that's all.
Thank you, Steve.
Okay.
Thank you for the update. Did you say Victoria Williams, isn't you?
Did I say Victoria? Yeah, Victoria. I think I said.
You did.
Vanessa,
that's what I was thinking. Was Victoria?
It's Victoria. Yes. Yeah,
Victoria. So we're lacking in numbers today.
Yeah.
But thank you, Steve.
Okay.
Agenda item 7: supporting service children in education Wales. Is there anybody on screen who will be dealing with that? No one? Okay, thank you. I will move on then. Agenda item 8, update from panel members. Who would like to speak? Yeah. Okay. Press the hand. The middle thing, yeah.
Good afternoon, Chair, everybody. Stephen Sullivan or Sully from Adferiad Change Step team. Update from us is the current funding stream for V4P, the 900,000 is live. We're just coming to the end of the consultation period with all the projects and interested parties on the network. That's currently being collated by the team. The expressions of interest is due to close as well. So anybody on screen who hasn't yet and is thinking about it, please, please, please get it in. Neil is waiting and the money is there. Other good news is I've been liaising with our training team at Adferiad. They do have the funding for the peer mentor training. And I'm currently working with projects on the network to populate the first course. Depending on the interest and the uptake of that, we can run a number of courses. So that's really good news, and I'm actually looking forward to that. We're going to be running them, or the training team are going to be running them in South and North Wales. And again, it's working with the projects to populate that training. It's a 2-day training course. It's a 1-year certificate. During the training, the participants will be asked to complete a workbook, and this is to validate the certificate. Again, working with the training team, we're looking at possibly doing or setting the first training course up towards the end of next month. I know it's a short turnaround, but I'm really keen in my position as running the network to get it started, get it off the ground. Thank you, Chair, everyone. That's the update.
Thank you for the update. Has anybody got any questions for Stephen, or Sally as he likes to be called? No? Ruth?
Good afternoon, everybody. Ruth Birch from Fighting with Pride, the LGBT plus military charity. Firstly, I'd just like to say thank you very much for organising Swansea Air Show and Swansea Armed Forces Day. We had a wonderful time in the Armed Forces Covenant tent there, so it was all great. Thank you very much. And I found 2 veterans, so all a win-win for me. Thank you. Fighting with Pride has recently brought out I don't know whether you can really see it there, a directory, and it's got all information in there. It's also got the PIVS organisations that are currently there, and it's also online. So I can send the link after this meeting, and I'll also be out and about trying to get you the hard copies as well. We've got a campaign going for a debate in Parliament so that we can start to sort out the financial reparations. So that's ongoing at the moment. We've also got coming out Fighting with Pride book for 25 years since the ban was lifted, the gay ban was lifted. So that will be out for your Christmas lists in December. And I'd just like to say as well that due to the reparations of veterans getting their badges and cap badges back, myself and Ju will be going to Guildford on the 5th of October, where we're going to be presented with our berets and cap badges. So really looking forward to that. So thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you, Ruth. And you've just made a lump in my throat saying that last sentence then about getting them back. I know how much it means to you. I'm so pleased for you, and you have cheered up my afternoon with that lovely, joyful, happy face. Paul.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, everybody. Paul Smith from Veterans RV Swansea. I've been approached by the BBC Songs of Praise team, and they're looking for some veterans in the Navy, if possible, to join them for the Remembrance episode in November. If anybody knows of any veterans that you think might be suitable for this, if you can get in touch with me, I can go back to them then with the details, with a view to them coming and doing an interview with the veterans. I think that's it from me then. Okay.
That's great.
Just one thing. I'll put, because the contact details are not on the sheet. I'll put my details in the chat so everybody can see it, so you can get in touch with me. Thanks a lot. Thank you,
Thanks,
Chair.
Paul. Is it just Navy because they got the better voices, or what?
It's the Navy. They've done
The Navy are doing
yeah,
it,
they did the Army for the 80th anniversary of D-Day, and now they're doing the Navy. So,
Right.
but unless there's somebody else who's got a real veteran you think would be brilliant for this, then they'll look into that as well.
Great. I think it's a good idea. Thank you. Anyone else? You,
Yes, please,
Spencer?
Chair. Oh, sorry.
hang on.
Hi, Spencer here from Swansea Council. Just wanted to reiterate Ruth's comments about the Armed Forces Covenant tent in the air show. It was tremendously successful. Thank you to all the volunteers who manned stalls. The Armed Forces Day presentation went really well. I think everything went really smoothly. The tent was really busy over both days. We give it all our merch, so that was really good. And thank you everyone for your time and your hard work in making sure that the tent was a success, which I think it was. It was busy both days, all day.
Yeah.
So thank you, and we'll hopefully repeat it next year.
And thank you, Spencer. And I'd like it on record that how hard you work for the air show and getting all the veterans together in the marquees. You work really hard. So.
And I held up all the stands and during the wind as well.
You work really hard. So your hats off to you as well, and hats off to me for getting a good pair of sandals this year for walking the length, for speaking to all the veterans and that, because otherwise usually my feet are killing me. And it was hot.
I'd like to concur with all the comments. It was a really fabulous 2 days. The football on a Saturday was amazing, and despite the iffy weather on a Sunday, we were still really busy. It was a fabulous weekend all in all. So again, thank you everyone.
And if it gets people together and veterans together and help for veterans, that's what it's all about as well, isn't it? And people of Swansea enjoying themselves. So yes, thank you to everybody. Anyone else? Oh, Simon Winspear.
Thanks, Chair. Simon Winspear from SCBS. I just wanted to make everybody aware that we've recently launched Lotto Abertawe, which is a good causes lottery in the Swansea area, open to all good causes in Swansea. It's a very simple sign-up process. For those that don't know, with community lotteries like this, compared to the national lottery, 60 pence out of every pound, the tickets are a pound, goes to the good causes. 50 pence goes directly to a good cause that the person buying the ticket can choose themselves from those that are signed up. 10 pence goes into a central fund, which will then be used by us as a grant scheme for the sector. These are unrestricted funds, which is the hardest kind of funding for groups to be able to secure. I would strongly encourage groups to sign up for this, not only because it will provide some passive income, but also that when going for funding bids, funders are increasingly expecting groups to show clearly that they are doing their best to raise their own money before going to funders. And this, along with things like easy fundraising, are really simple ways that even very small groups can access this. To give you an idea of the success so far, the group that has sold the most tickets and got the most support coming in is only a tiny group in Swansea. It's outperforming all of the bigger ones that have done it simply because they've reached out to their supporters to ask them to support it. So especially for the small groups, this can be really, really valuable. Please do feel free to contact us at SCVS if you've got any questions, or just go directly to the Lotto Abertawe site and please sign up. And for anyone not involved in a third sector organisation, please sign up and buy a ticket and help out.
Thank you,
Thanks, Chair.
Simon. Thank you. Natalie next, I think. Natalie?
Hello, Chair. I think Phil was before me. Go on, Phil.
Oh, right. You'll say ladies first.
That's jolly decent of you, Natalie. Can you hear me, Chair?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of things and a lot of thank yous. I want to thank everybody involved, but the D-Day service and parade was absolutely outstanding. And I think the British Legion in Swansea engaged with as many veterans associations as they could for that day. We were fortunate to have good weather, lots of challenges in relation to the parade and manning the parade, but we overcame all of those, and it raised over £800 for the Poppy Appeal. So that went really well. And two dates that I'd like to pass on to everybody for next year, which is the VE Day 80. Which the British Legion is taking a lead on. We've got a proposed concert in the Brangwyn Hall on Saturday, May the 10th, followed by a service and parade through Swansea on Sunday, the 11th of May, 2025. And even though we're in August or approaching August, you know, that there's a very fine timeline on that, and we need to get our skates on. But those dates are booked with all the people who are concerned. So that was a great day, and following on to the Armed Forces Day for the City of Swansea, which was held on the Rotunda outside the Guildhall. Again, we were really lucky to have good weather, but a lot of thanks down to the Lord Mayor, Armed Forces Champion, and a lot of people who were involved in those two events. As I said, they went without any issues whatsoever, and just a personal thanks to everybody that was involved. We're in the process of setting up a community and trust group, which is going to be called Veteran Engagement Team Scheme. And that's going to offer veterans from all different walks of life, whether they're a part of an association or not, the opportunity to take part in clay target shooting, air rifle shooting, and archery. And we are looking to broaden our horizon to give every veteran, as I said, whether it's in Swansea or on a wider scale throughout Southwest Wales, the opportunity to engage in those, as well as looking for other partners in relation to mental health and resilience to come on board with that. We're almost in the completion stage. South Wales Police is granting us a Section 11 licence for the land, and we've got about 15 volunteers that are all qualified through the Clay Target Association and Archery GB to set that up. So that's really exciting. And I know we've had many approaches so far for the veterans to be engaged in on that, but the likely start is going to be late towards the end of the year, if not the beginning of next year. So that's a really sort of interesting and exciting opportunity for the veterans. And again, I'd like to thank the Armed Forces Champion for her support and guidance in relation to that. The opening of the Poppy Appeal this year is on Thursday, the 17th of October. And again, I think certainly the branch in Swansea has been really successful in liaising with every veterans group. I think there's about 15 or 16 that we're liaising with now to make sure that, you know, everybody's involved. And on that, Chair, perhaps it's something that we could bring up with the military engagement team, in that a member of every veterans association is involved in the planning of any military events in Swansea. I highly respect the fact that the sort of reservists, Army, Navy and Air Force have been taking a lead in things, but I think there is a bit of confusion and frustration and maybe a perceived lack of involvement with the veterans associations, and perhaps that can be broadened to make sure more people are engaged with that. So that's something I've picked up on. But there's the opening ceremony for the Poppy Appeal on 17th of October, again, through the permission of the Lord Mayor. It'll be in the Brangwyn Hall. There'll be about 15 tables there, and the main thing is to engage with every veterans group and association or support group that we can. So it's been a great sort of 4 or 5 months, and you know, it's something to build on. one sort of downside and upsetting part is that we lost our life vice president, which is Tom Simmons. Many of you will know him, but he's been a stalwart in the city market for something like 60 years, and he passed away last week. So I will provide the details to you, Chair, and hopefully, you know, there'll be quite a big attendance for his funeral, because having joined the Poppy Appeal with him some 25, 30 years ago, we initially there was a fundraising of about £7,000 a year, and that's nearing 100,000. So that's and he's been pivotal in that. So that's all really. Is just to summarise, a really good event of the D-Day and the Armed Forces Day in the Guildhall, and this veterans sort of new community and trust that we're setting up, and the opening of the Poppy Appeal, and that's it, chap.
Thank you, Phil. We will miss Tom. I will miss him because he tortured the life out of me on the poppy stall in the market. But it'll never be the same without him being there.
No.
Everybody loved him, and he just knew how to sell poppies to people. And he was great.
I don't know if there's any questions in relation to what I discussed, especially the new venture that we've got in Pentlager. We've got Defined Land, which has been supported by the South Wales Police and other sort of partners as well for this new activity for veterans, which I'm really excited about. I know that Phil provides the surfing and the sailing and things like that, so it's potentially another avenue for our veterans to get together and meet up and talk and share sort of views, maybe issues, problems or whatever. So, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, it'll be good, and I expect a few people will be on board with that. Thanks, Phil. Anyone else? Oh, Natalie, sorry. You should have gone first.
It's okay. Thanks, Chair. A couple of things. Paul from Veterans RV, you mentioned that you were looking for naval choirs. Is that right? Naval choir, did you say?
Naval veterans.
No, it's naval veterans, individual ones, just to do a little expo on themselves with their times in the forces, and it's part of Songs of Praise. It's not singing.
Oh, it's not singing, but it's part of Songs of Praise, is it?
Oh, it's my fault.
Right, okay, no worries. If you want to, though, I can put you in touch with the chair of the Royal Navy Association in Swansea, because you'll find lots of Navy people in there.
Yes, please. That'll be ideal.
Okay, I'll drop you an email. Simon from SCVS, yeah, Land Samlet Men Shed in my patch have signed up to that lottery, and we've been sharing that widely. And yeah, like you said, 60 pence for every pound is passive fundraising, and it's brilliant. Sully from Adfariad, I bumped into Paul on Saturday from Mark, the new mental health charity for motorbikes. So they want to reconnect with you as well. So I'll send you an email. I wanted to say thank you to Spencer for the Armed Forces Day. It was brilliant being in the Covenant tent, lots of conversations. So thank you. Just wanted to let you all know as well that the Armed Forces bikers, 16 of us, including myself on my own motorbike, went to Normandy in June. It was my first trip abroad on the motorbike, so it was fabulous actually going for a week to Normandy to pay my respects. And last but not least, I wanted to let you know the Welsh Veterans Awards this year. The winner of the Leader of the Year was a Royal Navy shipmate of mine from the RNA branch, and his name is James Cadmore. He's an operations manager for Alabray, and they have 2 sites in Swansea, one in the Uplands, one in Clydach. So I just wanted to let you know that he won that category, Leader of the Year. So it was lovely that he's a Swansea boy winning that. So if we could just minute that would be great, and we can share a copy of the minutes to him then to let him know that we've recognised that. Hope that's okay, Chair.
Sorry, Natalie. I was yabbering away. I hadn't switched my mic on.
That's okay.
It's noted, and well done to him for getting that award. Has anybody else got any questions for anyone? No? Okay. Quite a quick meeting because nobody wants to ask any questions. That's okay. You must be doing really well in your own organisation. So the next meeting is Monday, the 14th of October at 2 p.m. So hopefully you'll have more questions to ask then. See you all then. Bye.
Bye, Chair.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Ruth.